Breaking news. Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son collapsed in Lagos. Yes. Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son collapsed in Lagos. You will watch the video. I will show you the video. When we keep saying this thing, that this thing this APC is doing, they don't consider the masses. They lie to the masses. Oh, all is well. The economy is growing. Is this and that. These things you people are doing, there are scammers. I can speak to you now that many people who supported Bola Ahmed Tinubu to become the president of Nigeria, the chief title of APC, most of them, by the vacuum of this insecurity in Nigeria, shenanigans economy that they are running, have taken them to their early grave. These people have succeeded killing the democracy of Nigeria. And that's why even when Sowolu is criticizing Obi, trying to water Obi down, Akpabio too is also there watering him down. A man who has case to answer with Tantasha Akpoti. You have no answer. The judge who brought you to become a senator, which you that contested to be president in primary, you don't supposed to be a run for senator. A professor maneuver it for you. The professor now is going to prison. Is in prison. Yet you are seeing Boga. Because of the corrupt system of Nigeria, you are still Boga yourself that you are the Senate president. You now have the audacity to talk to Peter Obi. Oh, Peter Obi, you have not solved the problem of your party, your small party. You are coming to become a president. Which party? Party that your master have planted their evil people to crush down. The same way you people did to PDP by planting this PDP chairman there to frustrate, to scatter the PDP. The same thing you people do in Labour Party. As I speak to you, we are told that the chairman of PDP now is the one serving it, but Amela tea early in the morning to drink. What of the Labour Party? The Supreme Court, I will show you people the video, the collapse of his son in Lagos. You will see it. The Supreme Court have declared that Abore is not the authentic chairman of Labour Party, which the copy is in the public domain for everybody to see. But now the INEC, the INEC, one of the or part of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which he has pocketed, are telling Nigerians now that Abore is the authentic chairman of Labour Party. That should be in their affair. They've added his name on the website of INEC. What does that tell you? So they cannot respect the Supreme Court now. When Supreme Court deliver a judgment over Fubara, they throw the election of the local government out. Supreme Court have given. But now that the Supreme Court has given judgment, because they are the ones sponsoring Abore to destroy Labour Party. That's why you can see Abore is still pooping, because you know the people in their side. That's why you say that these people have destroyed their democracy. They have shattered his democracy. Please watch this video of where he collapsed, where his son collapsed. My greatest joy is that Obi look into Gowon. Gowon is part of people who destroyed this country. He think by fighting Biafra, he has won it all. British use him to fight Biafra, to kill Biafra, just so that they will keep making the country. My greatest joy that Obi have the confidence, Igbo man have the confidence, and look into Gowon. He called Gowon name. He called Jonathan. He called Obasanjo. The rest of them Babangida. Oh, don't allow the heroes of the labor of our hero to be in vain. Obi told them eye to eyeball. Una labor don't be in vain. Because una support the criminality that is happening in Nigeria now. Nothing, no labor, una labor for us. Una labor for una self. Now so Obi tell Gowon. Gowon was there. Gowon was crying. Gowon could not see where to hide his shame. Obi disgraced Gowon. Watch this video or see how Tinubu son collapsed in Lagos.
APC chairman slumps during meeting. There was panic at a Lagos APC meeting as council chairman Alabi collapsed suddenly. Eyewitnesses say he was rushed to a nearby hospital. Party members have expressed concern over his health.
The labor of our heroes past not be in vain. I'm sorry, I'm happy that Gowon is here, and I'm happy that Jonathan is here. But I can tell you, their sacrifices in vain. They've sacrificed for nothing. We're in this country when people were protesting.
You didn't take me.
When there was no need to protest. Under Jonathan. Where are those protesters? Have they died? 87 naira to 120, and people were protesting in this country. And when it was 900, they were not protesting. And they paid. So why are we saying it should not be in vain? People protested when naira was 180, and when it was 1,500, they're not protesting. Are they dead? So let's not say it should not be in vain. I spoke a few days ago, and people said I'm marketing Nigeria. When it stood to be the marketer, World Bank has just shown that 75% of Nigerians in rural areas are poor. Is World Bank marketing Nigeria? UNICEF 2 days ago released that Nigeria now have over 2 million malnourished children, the second highest in the world. Are they marketing Nigeria? Let's face the reality. Their labor is in vain. We have a country now that is not democratic. We are not a democratic country. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Is the election that happened in Edo, is it democratic? Just the last election in Edo is the most democratic election. Everybody knows who won that election. So why are we keeping it and saying, let the work not in vain? It is in vain. So we can start picking the pieces now, because they've destroyed everything people have sacrificed for. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Above all, Gowon sacrificed everything. The country people sacrificed has turned into a crime scene. All we do today is stealing. You know, and we have to do something. All we need to do is live a courageous life. May God Almighty that called him home.
Una don't see how the man collapsed. They were in their secretariats in Lagos. Most of you that know Lagos very well, in Acme Road, doing their meeting, whether their local government elections and all that. The man just delivered speech. Before you know, he collapsed. They rush him in the hospital. Am I happy about his collapse? I'm not happy. But this set of politicians are evils. When they see what is going on in Nigerians, they refuse to talk because of what they are achieving. Because their families are not hungry. Because they have stolen the resources of Nigeria to feed their children and their unborn children. They are not bothered. They are not worried. They are not worried. Look at the way everything. Look at now. Tinubu went to Anambra yesterday. Instead of the Igbos, the Igbo people, the leaders, the Charles Soludo, to be begging and telling President Bola Tinubu, please release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let peace come to Southeast. Instead of them to tell Bola Tinubu, they are begging Bola Tinubu, please allow Soludo to win the next election. As if Bola Tinubu is now the Anambrans that we're going to vote. That is to tell you that there's no more election in Nigeria. It's election they do in Nigeria under Bola Tinubu. I've said it here so many times that if any opposition party win election in Nigeria, I will give you $1,000 if you can bet with me. Now MC the way maker they talk am. If any opposition leader win election in Nigeria, guys, I'm not joking, I will give you $1,000 under Tinubu government. It will not happen. And that's why you are seeing they were begging, they were nearly down yesterday for Bola Tinubu in Anambra. Please, don't go and do what happened in Edo State. Please, allow Soludo to continue. Soludo was running like error boy yesterday. I mean, the video there now, he did on the public listing. Soludo was running like error boy. This is a former CBN governor. This is a man who has seen it all because of power, because of this. Nemesis will catch after you people one after the other. As far as you people have taken upon yourself to destroy this country, as far as you people have taken upon yourself all those old takers to make sure that there is nothing that remains in this country for you to benefit, for you to benefit, Nemesis will catch after you one after the other. Where is Abacha children today? Who is hearing Abacha children? Who is hearing them? You could see what Bola Tinubu is doing now, trying to position his son will take over it. All this is waste of time. Play your card and go. Whether it's 4 years or 8 years, which I know is 8 years, nobody can remove you except God Almighty. When you finish your 8 years, if Nigeria still remain as one, we will have time for your son. Don't worry. We will tell you that Nigerians cannot serve you and also serve your son. The same thing now, Wike is following the footsteps of his master. Now, haven't you seen that Wike, when he went to China to go and construct what is it called? A project with China, signed the deal. He introduced his son. The son has to snap with China. He's using the taxpayers' resources money to showcase his son to the world. Oh, this is who will take over from me. He has learned from his master. But all this thing is a waste of time. Because even if it happened that in Southwest here, Bola Tinubu succeeded, after his tenure, after he has reigned, after he has do whatever he do, Tinubu take over. In the South, it cannot happen. All this nonsense you are seeing now, they are trying to imitate what is happening in Southwest now. It's just to please the master, because everybody wants to stay relevant. Okowa and the rest of them who the camp, they knows what Tinubu is up to. That if they stay in APC, the next election is going to be writing result. It's going to be tampering. Have you to hear that the INEC now said that, oh, there will not be a card reader in the general election. They are going to print paper. People will be tampering. Ta. It's tampering. That's the plan. And that's why you could see that all the governors, all the opposition party now, they are crossing to the APC. Let's go and smuggle it there. I am the owner of the party. You cannot defeat me in primary. So once I win my primary, automatically the election is short for me. Even if the debtors, they refuse to vote for APC, the debtor does not have a choice because it will be imposed on these people. This is the situation we have find ourselves in Nigeria as we speak today. And that's why you see that many people who cannot win them are joining them. If you cannot join them, you walk away. You leave the country. It's as bad as it is as we speak. Please share this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for joining me.
The topic for this video is how shameless and problematic Nigeria is at this point. I first of all know you would want me to mind my business and talk about my own country, Ghana. But listen, I don't really care about what you think. And if you haven't checked in my videos, I talk more about my country than any other on this platform. But at this point, it's not just silly and problematic how miserable Nigeria is. It's becoming for all of West Africa. And if you feel agitated already for my choice of words, wait and hear the rest of all I have to say. Let's get into it. Nigeria's population is a national security threat to every neighboring and West African country. As of March this year, Nigeria's population is more than half the total population of West African countries. More than half. This means on any given day, the influx of Nigerian citizens to any West African country will easily swallow up the entire local population. This is why every country in West Africa needs to have a say in what goes on in Nigeria, on the backdrop of the fact that they like to travel, ladies and gentlemen. They like to move, and they are moving in numbers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, two major situations are making Nigeria look scary to the rest of Africa, especially the neighboring West African countries. And I said two major things. But first, let's put aside the lack of stable electricity and inflation for now. Those are regular problems everywhere that every country in Africa has to deal with. However, the two worrisome situations brewing in Nigeria, which threatens the sovereignty of other African countries, has to do with the religious extremism and poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to again hold back on the insults for now, and also put down your biased glasses and hear me out for a minute before you come in. Are you aware of the number of Islamist jihadist groups operational in Nigeria as of 2025? Let me give you the list, ladies and gentlemen. It started in the year 2000 with Boko Haram, whose aim is to establish an Islamic state in Nigeria. Then the first splinter group from Boko Haram, called Ansaru, was formed in 2012. After Ansaru came the next splinter group called Islamic State West Africa Province, aka ISWAP, which started in 2016. Darul Salam also came in from the Niger Delta, and then the multiple Fulani militant groups came in. Just when we thought these groups were too many to handle for one country, then we hear of a group originally from Mali and also operational in Niger moving in to Nigeria. They are called Lakurawa. The situation appears to get worse by the days, from one bad jihadist group to a worse group. Ladies and gentlemen, is Nigeria becoming, or already become, the main breeding ground for all terrorist groups in Africa? What's going on here? When other countries are thinking of ways to create conducive environment to entice foreign investment, Nigeria is rather enticing terror. Let me ask you this. What conditions are made where almost all of them are situated? Groups will directly enter all the nearby countries. These are countries in West Africa. This may include the splinter groups moving to other countries, or the citizens of Nigeria abandoning their own homeland for another. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a serious issue that needs immediate continental concern. Nigeria is a friend of Ghana. Nigeria is a part of ECOWAS. When they are moving into your country, we cannot turn them away. But when 1 million moves in at one time, what then becomes the fate of the host nation's security, sovereignty, and economy? And this can happen on any given day, ladies and gentlemen. And what actually terrifies me is this. I don't see any real political actions or steps taken by the leadership of the country to deal with the situation. You don't hear of the presidency talk about strategies. You don't hear of governors talk plans, and senators the same. Where are the marches, ladies and gentlemen, and the demonstrations on the streets to force the hand of the government to face it head on? Where are they? It's like the fate of the people in this country is in individuals' hands. Those with the resources may hire armed officers for their personal security, and those who don't have to live carefully and away from certain hotspots. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the best Nigeria can do in their own country? Day in, day out, all we hear is kidnapping, robbery on buses and even on trains, village killings, and so on. Is this ever going to change in Nigeria in the nearest possible time? Nigeria currently ranks 10 on every type of crime list in the world. Talk about cybercrime, organized crime, financial crimes, and extremism. You will find them on the top 10 list of all of them. What type of society are you building? On the criminality index on ocindex.net, you are 6th out of 193 countries, 2nd out of African countries, and number 1 in West Africa. You are ranked 19th among the least peaceful countries in the world, and nothing shows it bothers you, especially they that hold power in the country. Omonaja, what's up? When you finally get the chance to vote for a president who may bring a difference to the country, you reject it. You vote the same type of leader continues. Why won't you try change? Why can't the people try what Ghana did? You come out in your numbers. You create your own coalition centers. You protect the ballot boxes at all costs and ensure a free and fair elections for once in your lifetime. Because if you as a regular Nigerian don't like what's going on in your home country, you have to do something about it, ladies and gentlemen. That cannot be done by anyone else but yourselves, unless it benefits you. What's the ultimate goal here? When you have chosen democracy as your system of governance and it's only making life a living hell for the majority of the people, what is the plan, ladies and gentlemen? This is disturbing. Now, on to the second situation that is of equal concern as the first. This is about the level of poverty in Nigeria. You have more than 40% of your total population living below the global poverty line of $2.15 per day. That's more than 100 million people, ladies and gentlemen. That's a national security crisis. To have more than 100 million people who don't spend up to 3,300 naira in a day is problematic for the state's economy and for the people themselves. And here is how. The 3,300 naira per day will include your transport fare in and out to work if you have one, or to school, your breakfast, your lunch, your supper for one person. And so when that's not possible for more than 100 million people, then there isn't much these 100 million people are doing to contribute to the economy of the local state. People must work, produce, buy, pay taxes, and all of that, which runs the local economy. And that explains why countries whose citizens spend more do better than countries which citizens spend less. This is economic fact. Economic activities thrives off of demand and supply, buying and selling. And so when purchasing power drops, supply power is affected. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to that is the low rate at which Nigeria's economy is growing. With the kind of population you have and expected to have in the next 10 years, your economy cannot survive on a single-digit economic growth in a fiscal year. Currently in Nigeria, your country is growing on an average rate of 3.4%. 3.4%. That's super slow for your size. You need to move that thing to more than 10% per annum